Hello, Kim from embody-light.com. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and you?
Excellent. And how's our boy doing? And
He's
Jay. Hi, Jay. Hi, Erik. I love you.
Hi. And Erik says, of course, we always have to start with "I love you." You just beat me to it today, Mom.
For once.
Yeah.
All right.
He has been a busy boy. He's got a new job. I would call him
Really?
spiritual Cupid lately. So we'll get into
What?
that later. A spiritual Cupid, a little matchmaker.
Oh, I bet I know what that's all about.
Yeah, you probably do. So
Because I know you don't probably know anything about it, but does it have to do with somebody in the family or a friend or what?
He did say yes to the family, but also kind of on a collective level with helping people collect with their
Oh, good.
souls. And he's telling me to tell you he impulsed you to help with this as well.
Okay.
I was working with clients thinking it was just a regular medium, psychic medium kind of session, and it quickly turned into more of a twin flame session.
Oh.
And I was just a little unsure of it because she wasn't having the reaction I would have anticipated she would have had, that I had in my mental mind.
Yeah.
So at 11 a.m., you texted the people, some of your mediums, thanking us.
Oh, yeah. 11/11. I remember that.
And 11 is the sign of the twin flame union.
Oh, so I thought it was just your angel saying, hey, how you doing? You're on the right track.
It can be that, but it's also a sign of the twin flame union.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
It was just kind of like he used you to send me a message to.
That's cool.
That's what I was feeling and channeling to say, yes, this is for real. So
okay,
yeah.
That's great. So tell everybody what we're going to talk about today, Kim.
Well, so today we're going to talk about energy blocks. And specifically, we're talking about the seventh chakra, our crown, and our root chakra today. Because our seventh chakra is where we connect with source, and remembering they work together to the number 8, it affects our physical level.
Yeah.
And so anything where there's any blocks, that prevents our ability to receive spiritual input from source. And so Erik's saying, like, specifically for you and for me with Jay, although Erik's helped with this is getting a lot better. If we have blocks in, that originated from this seventh chakra, which as humans, we relate to when we're children as our parents from the source, any authority figures, so our parents, our teachers, anything like that. So any negative experiences, we would block that, and it would affect us in our physical level. And he's reminding me to say it shows up as dysfunction in relationships, health, career,
what kind of health problems usually?
Any kind of health problems of the physical realm.
Okay, what kind of physical ailments usually?
Any kind of physical ailment.
Any. Okay, sorry about that. I just saw a text come up from my husband. So,
especially things that cause, he's saying, like the restrictions in the physical body.
Okay.
Prevent movement, mobility.
Oh, like arthritis and things like that. All right. Strokes, maybe.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you
said. Maybe a stroke.
That's possible, but that kind of is almost more related to a third eye function.
Okay.
In the brain. So that's another area to cover. So he's saying, and it can prevent us from really feeling physical sensations in our body and being able to recognize those impulses from spirit, like the goosebumps you get.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So if you were really blocked here and you heard some really profound information that someone else would give goosebumps about and you don't, it's because you're blocked and it's causing problems in your physical body.
Okay.
So what he's saying is, so anything where there has been an authority figure that's caused a negative imprint in our reality is going to be affecting our physical realm.
Okay.
And so he says, and for you specifically, and for me with Jay, those things would prevent us from being able to connect with them fully.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also bringing up the fact that because he's a masculine energy,
Mm-hmm.
and you had so much abuse in your young life from masculine energy,
Mm-hmm.
that you would naturally kind of put a block in that area.
Okay.
And he's saying I should just share a little bit of my story because, like, for you, you were raised, we both had cruelty from, you know, parents, peers, and everything. But for you, being raised by atheists, there was no, you didn't really have any understanding of source or any of this.
True.
Well, I had that were of a very strict religion, so I had understanding of this, but also injected a whole bunch of fear. I was actually, as a child, the scary monster hiding under my bed was actually God. The things they told me about, that was just horrific.
The wrathful God. I mean, really? Yeah. Really?
Yeah, so
did God have that big of an ego? You're not doing what I want. I'm going to smite you.
Well, people put human characteristics on God.
I know.
Yeah. So I blocked myself that way. I cut myself off that way because I really thought that God was a psychopath because I related that to men because of how my dad was. And just why my dad was nothing like your dad. He wasn't like this horribly abusive person, but when I was very young, he had a rage problem.
Yeah.
And I would get spanked even as an infant.
Oh.
And so that's why I disassociated when I was 24 months old. I could not understand how this duality of this person that was so loving at times could just suddenly flip out in this rage.
Yeah.
Me. So that's
I think I did too. I was in my own little world. They called me Space Cadet. They were so nice to me because I was in my own little world with this little plastic skunk figurine that I loved, and I kept it in my pocket all the time. It was my little, almost like a little banky.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so and then what about the root chakra? Or you want to just do something? Okay, go ahead.
So all of these things he's saying for you and me and many people prevented us from actually feeling safe in our physical world. And he's saying, you know, we may feel like we're safe, but until you really have that feeling of safety and security, you can't even really comprehend it till that fear and those energy blocks are gone.
Now, who's talking? Is it Jay or Erik?
Erik's telling
me. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. So he's saying what Erik suggested to do today was to do another quantum session and go in and remove those blocks.
Okay, before we do that, can you tell our viewers what sort of things you offer? I mean, you offer these quantum sessions like the one we're about to do now, but tell me some other healing services that you help with.
Well, we can do a lot of times it's, you know, someone will come to me thinking it's for one thing and it'll quickly turn into, oh, this is actually what we really need to do. Mm-hmm. But there are, you know, in addition to like we did where we went into the fifth dimension through the park, there's other ways we can go up through a tunnel or this thing. Yeah. And some of the things we do, there's a healing temple we can go to, which is very profound. People see beings of light, using beams of light to heal them. There's a hall of justice we can go to. If there's
a what?
Hall of justice.
I thought that's what you said.
If there's a legal matter, we can go see the elders. We can do all kinds of things on the other side to get advice and insight and bring it back into our physical realm.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and on a physical level, one of my very favorite things to do is the myofascial release and the cranial sacral therapy. Erik's also saying acupuncture, rolfing, those kind of things really help on the physical realm to bring that energy in and clear those blocks.
Oh, good. But you have to be in person for that, obviously.
Right.
Where are you?
I'm in Minnesota, Crystal, Minnesota.
That's the name of the town?
The name of the town is Crystal.
Minnesota. Lots of Norwegians are surrounding you, you poor thing.
There is.
But I tell you what, they know how to party. They're very serious as a general rule. I mean, this is from my experience. You can't really generalize, but I'm going to just to make a point. And they're a little standoffish, but then when you connect with them, they're just lovely friends. And like I remember when I was first dating my husband, we got married 6 months later. But anyway, we were walking on the seawall in Galveston, and I was passing people, and I would say, "Hi, how you doing? Good afternoon. Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And he said, "Do you know all these people?" I said, "No, I don't know any of them." "Well, why are you saying hi to them?" It's a difference in culture, but then they become very warm when you become their friend, and you just couldn't ask for better friends. But boy, when they party, ooh, they drink everybody under the table. Vikings. Anyway, that's my little aside. Elisa, did you take your ADHD medicine today? No, I don't take that. I'm just kidding. I probably should.
In Minnesota, there's the cutest little town that's Norwegian. It's just adorable. We go up north to our cabin. So yeah, and you're explaining that is how those people are when we stop. Feel that energy there.
Yeah.
And the other thing Erik said we should kind of cover a little bit before we start the second part is just to go over a little bit, bringing up why in the planning stage you would have chosen your family you were born into to come into, because he's saying if you look at that past life regression you did where you and he had that life together that ended prematurely and you were killed, were you took food or something? Was that why?
A loaf of bread or something. Yeah.
And he said, so it was important for you this time to come through parents that would instill in you the importance of the education and getting that firm financial ground.
So I wouldn't be like a little street rat.
Right, because he's saying that is part of the reason. So he wanted
interesting
clarity on that. Yeah. And he's also saying that in the grand scheme of things, in this bigger picture with all this channeling and what we're doing, the other part of it is with your mom and dad being physicians, you being a physician, part of what you're going to be doing, through the ripple I don't know if it'll be through the ripple effect or directly, he's not really telling me, but part of what we'll be doing is teaching others how to connect with their own higher self and channel. And so people that are in the medical field, once they learn how to do this channeling, they'll be able to bring insights through. It'll be like a merging with spirituality and science.
Okay.
And as you're a doctor, obviously you're more believable.
Okay.
Another doctor would
got a fool. Ha.
Take you seriously. And as ironic as it sounds, I wanted to tell you this earlier. Your parents and my mother's past too, they actually sometimes interact in this level as well, because my mom had a chronic disease when she was alive, and they've kind of combined resources to help us get together and to help us channel. I don't know if your dad was ever funny in real life when he was alive, but he says, yeah, we formed a club for parents of daughters who are really mad at them.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, he can be funny.
He can be funny, yeah. Well,
he's between the beatings. No, hi Dad, hi Mom, hi Kim's mom.
Yeah, so you're gonna see them. They'll be in the background when we go over there.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to tell you about my mom that was really unique was, we did not get along when she was alive. We have a much better relationship now that she's passed. We really do communicate and are close. And she was very fearful around religion. She was the worst of the two of them.
Oh.
But So when I was about 3, I told her that she had lupus and rheumatoid arthritis pretty significantly. And so when I was 3, I told her that not to worry, Mom, when I grew up, I would become a doctor and I would find the cure for her lupus. And she
Oh.
would. Well, she told me that I wasn't smart enough
Oh
and
God.
let me down gently, tried to let me down gently. Oh, honey, that's so nice, but you're just not smart enough.
Oh
And then
my
she went,
God, how awful.
I know it was awful, but I wouldn't have done what I did had she encouraged me to be a doctor. I would have been too much in my mind.
Oh, so maybe that was a contractual thing too. You never know.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And then she brought through, well, and because you're not a man, and you know, she told me, oh,
oh
that was a man's
God.
job, and on and on and on.
Yeah.
So what, you know, what my mom basically, after she died, you know, she apologized for interfering with my spirituality. But since all this channeling Erik and meeting your parents and finding out all this information, she tells me that she said, honey, I'm going to help you keep that promise. I am going to help you in one way or another find a cure for this type of
Oh.
disease or
So
other.
you're applying for medical school? I'm kidding.
I'm not applying for medical school, but
I'm kidding.
by teaching science how
Yeah.
to channel and how to merge and bring that
Yes.
information through,
Yeah.
just they're saying discoveries will be made.
Okay,
So
great.
that's the other part of it. So
So
are
let's
you
talk
ready
about
to
the
start the
well, let's talk about the root chakra. I didn't
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I distracted you. Down the rabbit hole I took you.
I am very easily distractible too. So our root chakras are you know, that's associated with our physical body, and adrenals, really with the adrenals specifically. And it's how we ground into the earth. So when we've had experiences in the 7th chakra that are scary, we are not able to ground into the earth. And Erik talks about how important that is to be grounded and to feel good in your physical body and to be comfortable with all the sensations and experiences of it. And how by removing the 7th chakra blocks or any other blocks, that you'll know, you and I and anybody else who needs to remove blocks there will notice a big difference in the physical sensations of our body. And you know, he's saying just the things we already know enhance our physical body: good nutrition, proper rest, exercise. He's saying time in nature is imperative. And he's talking about, obviously you can't do this in Minnesota right now, but being outside in bare feet with your feet on the ground and feeling the earth's energy and just kind of absorbing the energy of the earth. Because in addition to receiving nourishment through our crown into our physical body, we also receive nourishment up through our feet into the root chakra from the earth.
So what do you do if you don't want to lose some toes to frostbite? So what do you do to ground yourself? I guess you could use crystals like black tourmaline, obsidian, things like that.
Grounded. And
what else?
He's saying those, you know, when you're doing your like myself, I meditate in the morning before I leave for work for a few minutes. I always make it a point to drop an anchor into the earth or push my energy into the earth and then pull it back up through my feet. And then remember how I taught you at the solar plexus?
Yes, yeah.
Cross it there and go all the way up to the 12th dimension.
Yeah.
And periodically throughout the day, he's saying this is how you're going to know when you're not grounded. When you're getting spacey.
Oh man, that's 24/7 practically. Okay, go ahead.
And he's saying you have had some difficulty staying grounded because of the trauma. And then he says, you know, after the loss that you felt after he died, it made it even more
difficult. Yeah.
Grounded.
Yeah, my husband, I would do some stupid stuff like I would pull instead of push on a door or I'll say something without thinking that it's just so ridiculous. Not anything bad or anything, but it's like, or I'll be like, honey, do you know where my cell phone is? Excuse me. Yeah, or I'll try to use the remote control to call somebody, whatever. And he'll say, how did you become a doctor, really? How did you become? So, family, they're here to humble us and strip us of our ego. Anyway.
That's so funny. And he's saying that's going to clear for you, Mom. It's going to get better. We got to remove the blocks. We got to remove the fear.
I mean, I really don't mind it. I don't mind being spacey. I mean, is it that bad?
No,
well, I don't know any other way. Maybe when that gets cured, it'll like, oh my God, why was I happy being spacey and ungrounded? So I don't know.
He's saying you just hit it on the nail. You don't really even know what it's like to be grounded. So he's saying it'll make quite a difference when you become grounded. I just know for myself, well, I can just talk about when Jay was alive, and we would do trades every week. I would do hypnotherapy with him or singing bowl meditations or whatever. We were practicing on each other. He trained in myofascial release, which I've trained as well after he died.
Yeah.
But he would constantly be telling me to get back in my body, get back in my body. And I finally had to say to him, Jay, I don't even know what you're talking about. Maybe it's because I'm always out of my body. And that was true. Like I often don't even feel pain that I should feel because I'm out of my body.
Yeah, pain didn't really bother me that much.
No, that's another symptom. Like if
I would not give natural birth to a 10-pound baby. No.
I don't do that either. Not for anything. But he's talking about, say like when people walk into things and there's a big bruise on their leg or their arm and they don't even know it.
Me too. Oh God, I got this bruise. Where did that come from? Yeah. All right. Ready?
And so he's saying, yep, all of these sensations will improve. You'll know more by experience. Okay. So do we want to do
No, we can go for it. But let me close the door in case Bella comes and starts scratching on the table. I mean, my chair. All right. Bella?
All right. I am going to move this. Clear my throat a little.
Yeah, I'm on a session.
Okay, I'm going to bring this all over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you think you can cut the whole induction out, if you think it'll work better for people viewing at home or however, we can talk about that later, but we'll just get started.
Yeah, just let me know what to cut out.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. All right. So we're going to use the same meditation to get over there, and then we're going to alter it a bit once we get there.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a nice deep breath in, and as you let it out, allow your eyes to close. And now just excuse yourself from everything around you, except for these words and the voice that carries them. And bring your attention down into your feet. Imagine them getting warm and heavy and relaxed. And just allow that feeling to build while I continue to talk to you. Imagine each cell, each muscle, each tiny bone, tendon, and joint being caressed by a gentle, warm, peaceful relaxation. And now send that peaceful, warm feeling all the way up to the top of your head. Allow that relaxation to flow up your body, through your legs, and into your hips, your waist, your ribs, and your chest. Your shoulders, arms, and hands relax as you continue to send that warm, heavy relaxation up to the very top of your head. practice. So let's do that one more time, and you will find that you can go even deeper relaxed. So once again, bring your attention back down into your feet and allow that warm, heavy feeling to intensify 5 times. Just give yourself permission to relax and let go, going 5 times deeper. And now send that relaxation up through your body, from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, as if you meant to go 5 times deeper relaxed. And once again, bring your attention back down into your feet. This time, allow that relaxation to double and send that feeling up through your body, from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, as you go 2 times deeper relaxed. From this point on, every thought takes you deeper. Every sound takes you deeper. Every sensation takes you deeper. Listening to my voice and following my instructions takes you deeper. The deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more and more your mind and body relaxes. Now imagine you are on a giant staircase of relaxation, letting every gentle breath take you down deeper into a wonderful hypnotic state. Now let's relax your mind. Really allow your mind to relax like your body is relaxed. In a moment, I'm going to have you silently count with me from 1 to 5 while I sound a series of notes. After each number, allow your mental relaxation to double. Softly begin to count with me as I sound each note. By the time we get to 5, your mental relaxation will have completely doubled. By the time we get to 5, you can relax your mind so nicely that the numbers can easily fade away to nothing, 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 and disappear. Want that, and you can have it very easily. Just allow each note, each sound, and each number to take you deeper. 1, mental relaxation beginning to double. 2, relaxation doubling throughout your entire body. 3, now begin to let those numbers fade away. 4, to nothing, nothing, nothing. 5, your mental relaxation has completely doubled. Your mind, body, and emotions are completely and deeply relaxed. And taking a deep breath in, relax more comfortably right where you are sitting. And begin to imagine imagine standing in the warm sunshine, feeling the grass beneath your feet and the breeze blowing by your face. Imagine, begin to visualize in front of you a hedge surrounding a beautiful garden. There is an opening in the hedge in front of you, and as you walk through the opening, notice the large beds of flowers. As you walk through this garden, you will notice that each color you experience deepens your relaxation while simultaneously expanding your perceptions, increasing your sensitivity and your vibration. Each color vibrates at a different rate and has a different feel to it. So closest to you is an area of red flowers. Gaze at the red flowers and feel the color red, noticing that it vibrates at the slowest rate of all of the colors. And spend a few moments connecting with the red flowers, feeling into them and noticing the feelings they invoke in you. Feel yourself grounding to the earth. Feel yourself making a connection. You could say you're growing roots and they're connecting you deeply into the earth. Next, you come to an area of orange flowers, bright, clear tangerine orange. Notice they vibrate at a faster rate than the red flowers. Feel the color orange in your body and notice the feelings of joy they invoke in you. Feel your magnetism and your vitality increase. Next, as you continue on your walk through the garden, you come to an area of yellow flowers. And again, you notice they vibrate at a faster rate than the orange or the red flowers. Spend a few moments gazing into the yellow flowers and notice the feelings of warmth and joy they evoke. And next, you notice the grass beneath your feet, and you notice the green leaves on the flowers and the plants. And green vibrates at a faster rate than the previous colors. Spend a few moments feeling the grass beneath your feet and connecting with the healing energy of green. And now look up to the cloudless blue sky Feel the energy of light blue in your body. Notice its calm and serene feeling, which seems to hold the elements of truth. Also observe light blue vibrates faster than the red, orange, yellow, or green. And spend a few moments connecting with light blue energy. And as you continue on your journey, you come to an area of deep blue indigo flowers. As you gaze into them, feel the color indigo and notice its vibration is faster than the previous colors. As you focus here, your perceptions clear and expand. Next, you arrive at an area of deep, rich purple colors. And you notice the purple flowers vibrate at the fastest rate of all the colors. And spend a few moments gazing into and feeling the purple flowers. Notice and connect with the energy of serenity and wholeness. And imagine opening a doorway into consciousness through your crown chakra at the top of your head. And let this purple energy come in directly from Source, loving and nurturing you. And notice and connect with the sun above you and with the trees that surround the garden. Make a connection with the sun and simultaneously with the trees. Notice how their roots grow deep into the earth and ground your energy deep into the earth as well. Now notice in the distance a small wooden bridge covering a stream. And as you focus your awareness here, notice the colors are more vivid and the flowers and plants are more alive and have a tangible presence. Intrigued, you walk towards it. Your spirit guide appears and and asks if you are ready to cross the bridge into the fifth dimensional reality or higher. They go on to explain that you must quiet your ego to hear the voice of spirit. Taking this journey activates your spiritual DNA. You readily agree and walk across the bridge into the fifth dimension. And you notice a clearing with a marble bench, and you walk towards it and take a seat. And again, by shaking your head, Lisa, let me know when you have that image. Okay. Now this time, what you are going to do here is invite all of the people in your life that have been impacted by the blocks associated with your crown chakra and in your physical reality. So basically, that's going to be your parents, your children, anybody else who may have been impacted by the blocking of knowledge and insights. This includes those living and those deceased. Gather anyone you no longer associate with that would connect here with all of this energy disruption. Gather them in a general way. And again, let them know that you are on a new journey in consciousness and that today you've invited them here to assist you in clearing or understanding any energy blocks. They're also there if you need clarity to understand anything. So now what you're going to do next, Elisa, is ask Erik to step forward and join you on your marble bench. The others can remain off in the distance until you need them. And let me know when Erik's there with you. Okay. So now what we're going to have you do is just imagine seeing in front of you as you gaze at these other people the situations that were uncomfortable, where you may have harbored anger or resentment towards another being or situation, or any time you blocked your energy flow. And as these images show up, this could be an image of you only, of someone else, or of a situation. And you don't even have to know or recognize all of the situations, but just in a general way, take notice and see if you sense a belief or a pattern associated with it. And if you don't notice that, that's okay as well. And see if there is anyone primarily related to this old disturbance or pattern that you need to forgive. And you can ask Erik to help you with this. Let me know when you have that image. Of where the mind dysfunction came from. Okay. And now I'm going to ask you to center in your heart and remind you that your consciousness is now going out of the top of your head, out of your crown chakra, connecting you to your divine self, spirit, and the unconditional love grid. And now ask your spirit and Erik to help you completely neutralize this core disturbance or old pattern. And feel gratitude and give great thanks as your heart opens to all of the forgiveness needed to bring these old patterns or disturbances into complete neutralization. And keeping your eyes closed, use your spiritual vision and bring your awareness into your physical body, although you're probably only able to, I don't know, maybe sense your spiritual body now. You'll have to tell me later. But feel, see, or notice where the core disturbance or pattern is. And once you have that insight, again, shake your head or nod your head. Okay. Feel how the low vibration of the core disturbance has affected or upset your life. Feel it in your body and imagine it in as much detail as you can. And imagine this feeling as a ball of energy just sitting there. Now let go of all worries, emotions, judgments, or concerns related to this feeling. Feel it without judging it as right or wrong. Just see it as it is, energy. And with your mind's eye or your spiritual sight, use your spiritual sight and Erik's assistance to move this energy from where it was in your body into your radiant heart, just above your physical heart. And let me know when you feel like you've been able to do that. Okay. As this energy is in your heart space, hold it there as it transforms into love and compassion. Stay with this energy, having it expand, filling your entire body, surrounding you from head to toe with divine love and divine light. As this light fills your body, breathe it into every cell of your being and see it expand out wider and wider in front of you, behind you, out both sides, from the top of you and out the bottom of your feet. See it expand into your world and out into the universe. And take as much time as you need for that energy to complete, and go ahead and shake your head again or nod your head when it is complete, but no hurry. Okay. Now why don't you take some time to just spend time with Erik, and I'll play bowls, and go ahead and ask him for clarity and insight. And after some time, I'm just going to follow my intuition and see if there's anything that I should have you ask Erik for clarity and insight. And gently, your attention returns to the sound of my voice. And Elisa, why don't you ask Erik if he has any words of advice or wisdom to pass on to you or anyone in your family or the viewing audience of how to stay grounded and connected to Source. Any specifics we haven't covered. And if you're comfortable talking in trance, it won't bring you out of it. But if you'd like, you can wait until I emerge you. We can discuss it. It's up to you.
So he says he really likes, wrapping your arms around a tree and rubbing your fingers on the bark and really observing how beautiful the bark is and taking in the texture. He also thinks gardening is a real good way, hands in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks that imagining roots growing out of the soles of your feet, slowly, slowly reaching down till it gets to the core and then wrapping around the core of the earth. It's good too. And he says you could do that even if you're on the third floor of an apartment building. You don't have to be on the surface of the earth. And that's all.
Okay. And did you feel like there were any family members or anybody who's out in that extended circle that you needed to speak to or get clarity from today?
No, I already did.
You already did, okay. Well, so now in a few moments, we're going to cross the bridge back into the third dimension. But today we're going to ask Erik if you can bring some insight and knowledge with you, as if a part of himself can come and cross back with you today, so that you can always have that with you and you can always feel him. Ask him if that's possible to do today, if the time is right. Whether it be an awareness or energetic, I'm getting that you'll know, and you'll have to tell us what the difference is, because this is your experience and it would be different for everybody involved. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to have you imagine a golden cord going down from your heart into the center of the earth and reaching up to the 12th dimension. Now go ahead and stand up. Get ready to walk across the bridge back into the third dimension. bridge back into the third dimension. And once you cross that bridge, again, drop and anchor into the earth, grounding your new vision and your new abilities, and specifically your newfound ability to connect with Erik in deeper ways. And let me know when you have that image and you feel like you're back. Okay. All right. So now in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you'll be fully awake. Your mind will be clear and alert. You'll feel wonderful in every way, and you'll easily be able to remember everything that we've done today. 1, beginning to emerge from hypnosis. 2, feeling wonderful in every way. 3, your mind is clear and alert. And you know and understand you will be able to connect with Erik more deeply and completely from this point on. 4, eyes starting to open now. 5, eyes wide open, fully awake, feeling wonderful in every way.
Oh, that's relaxing. Oh, gosh. Oh, boy.
And I'm so excited again to hear about your experience.
Well, it's kind of interesting. First of all, last time I remember I had a hard time visualizing indigo and especially the deep purple, but I was able to do it better now.
Okay, good.
So that's good. The pattern has been one of betrayal by some of the mediums, by family, by my parents, my siblings, a couple of my siblings. And the core was surprising. It was my mother. My mother betrayed me because she did not defend my sisters and me against the monster that was my father.
Mm-hmm.
But she did the best she could, considering she had some sort of mental illness too, and because she was afraid to interfere, really. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Uh-huh. And so, did you get image of Erik again? How is he?
Oh, yeah. He had jeans on.
That.
I didn't see his feet. He had jeans on, a white shirt with blue sleeves. Sometimes they were red. A baseball cap that was red. And I got to hug him, pat his knee, hold his hand. He went up and hugged my mother and gave her comfort. And, I really didn't see, I had glimpses of my sister Denise and my father, but really not too much of anybody. They were there. I knew that their presence, I could feel their presence, but I really didn't see them, physically that much.
Uh-huh. Where in your body did you see where the block was located? Where did you see or feel that block that we removed?
Heart, this, and root. 3 places.
3 places. Yeah, so my guess is you'll feel a lot different. Okay, so then my next question is, what was the experience of bringing a part of Erik back? Was it like a light portion?
Oh, it was a globe of light that was swirling and alive, and it looked opalescent with a lot of light greens and purples and blues and whites. And I carried it over the bridge. When I got across, I put it in my heart, and it expanded to the top of my head, and then eventually all the way throughout my body.
Oh, wow. I will be so interested to hear how things progress and,
Yeah.
How it's going forward. Well, that was a great session.
But thank you so much. It was so awesome. And thank you, Erik, for being there, sitting beside me.
He says, I really like doing this. It's so much fun to know that you see me and feel me and can communicate like this. It's just
I know.
best. So
It's awesome. So you guys need to really try this. Get in touch with Kim. She's just wonderful. www.embody-light.com. I forgot what it was called. I mean, a dash. Okay. And I will put it here anyway. All right. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. I love you both.
After we hang up, will you stay? I have a question.
Sure. Absolutely. Bye, everybody.